I can't believe what happened today. I devised one of my most challenging character tests yet, leaving an unlocked briefcase with $100,000 in cash in my office, accidentally showing it to my new assistant, then pretending to rush out for an emergency. The hidden cameras captured everything. Would this young man, struggling to pay his sister's medical bills, take just a few bills that no one would miss from my fortune? Or would integrity win? The decision he made when he thought no one was watching left me completely speechless. You won't believe the twist at the end that changed both our lives forever. Before we dive into this incredible test of character, make sure to grab your copy of The Secret of the Wealthy: 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, the special guide that reveals how integrity is the foundation of lasting wealth. You'll find it in the first pinned comment or in the video description. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our social experiments that reveal who people truly are when temptation strikes. Now, let's get into what happened when I tested my employee with a life-changing amount of cash. As many of you know, I'm Mr. Millionaire, and I conduct social experiments to test people's character when they think no one important is watching. My motto is simple but profound. The true wealth is in who you are when nobody's watching. This belief has guided my life and these experiments for years. Last month, I hired a new personal assistant named James. He's 28 years old, hardworking, punctual, and seemed genuinely grateful for the job. During the interview process, I learned that James was struggling financially, working 2 other part-time jobs while trying to help pay for his younger sister's medical treatments. She needed specialized care that their insurance wouldn't fully cover. James didn't share this to gain sympathy during the interview. In fact, he only mentioned it when I asked why he was looking to leave his previous position. He explained he needed something with more stable hours to accommodate his sister's treatment schedule. I admired his dedication to his family and his unwillingness to use their situation for personal advantage. After a month of excellent work, I decided James was the perfect candidate for one of my character tests. The stakes would be high, both for him and for my faith in humanity. Don't forget to check out The Secret of the Wealthy: 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, the life-changing guide that shows how the choices we make when tempted reveal our true character. Get your copy through the link in the description. Here's how I set up the test. I prepared a briefcase containing $100,000 in cash, a life-changing amount for someone in James's financial situation. It was more money than he would earn in 2 years of working for me. I had my security team install hidden cameras throughout my office to capture every angle. On the day of the test, I called James into my office for what he thought was a routine meeting. As we discussed upcoming schedules, I deliberately received an emergency call that I made seem extremely urgent. During this staged call, I appeared visibly distressed and told the person on the other end that I would be there immediately. In my apparent rush to leave, I left my briefcase open on my desk, the stacks of cash clearly visible. I told James I had a family emergency and needed to leave immediately, asking him to reschedule my afternoon appointments. I didn't mention the briefcase at all, acting as if I had completely forgotten about it in my rush. "I'm not sure when I'll be back," I told him. "It might be tomorrow. Just lock up when you leave." As I hurried out, I watched James on the security monitors from a room next door. This would be the ultimate test. Alone with enough cash to solve his family's problems, with no one watching, and with a reasonable expectation that I wouldn't even notice some missing money from such a large amount. If you're enjoying this test of integrity, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to MR Millionaire. We bring you these revealing social experiments every week. On the security monitor, I watched as James looked at the open briefcase, clearly noticing the money. He walked over to my desk and stood there staring at the cash. I could see the conflict on his face. He reached out toward the briefcase and my heart sank for a moment. But instead of taking any money, James carefully closed the briefcase and locked it. He then called my personal phone. When I didn't answer, he left a voicemail. "Sir, you left your briefcase on your desk. I've closed it and put it in your safe. The combination is the one you shared with me for emergencies. I hope everything is okay with your family. Don't worry about anything here. I'll handle all the appointments." I was stunned. Not only did James resist the temptation, but he also took extra steps to secure the money, using the safe I had shown him for emergency documents. He didn't know I was watching. He didn't know this was a test. He simply did the right thing because that's who he is. I continued monitoring through the security system. James proceeded to reschedule all my appointments as asked. He stayed 2 hours late, even though he wasn't required to, making sure everything was properly handled in my absence. Before leaving, he checked that the briefcase was secure in the safe one more time. Make sure to grab your copy of The Secret of the Wealthy, 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, where you'll learn that passing on opportunities for dishonest gain opens doors to greater blessings that come from integrity. Find it in the pinned comment or description below. The next morning, I returned to the office. James greeted me with genuine concern about my family emergency. Before I could even bring it up, he informed me about the briefcase. "I hope you don't mind, but I put your briefcase in the safe yesterday. It seemed important," he said. "Thank you, James. That was very responsible of you," I replied, still not revealing it had been a test. We went through our normal morning routine, but I could tell James was distracted. Finally, during a quiet moment, he asked if he could speak with me privately. "Sir, I need to confess something," he said once we were alone in my office. "Yesterday, when I saw that briefcase, for a moment, I thought about taking some money." I was surprised by his honesty. He hadn't taken anything, yet he still felt the need to confess the mere thought. "My sister's treatment costs so much," he continued, "but I couldn't do it. Not just because it would be wrong, but because you've trusted me. You gave me this opportunity when I needed it most. I could never betray that trust. This was the moment I knew I had found someone extraordinary. Not only did James pass the test by not taking the money, but he also had the integrity to admit he'd been tempted, something he never needed to share. It was time to reveal the truth. "James, I need to be honest with you too," I said. "Yesterday wasn't a family emergency. The briefcase was deliberately left open. It was a test." His expression changed from confusion to shock as I explained the social experiment and showed him the security footage. "So you were watching the whole time?" he asked, looking slightly hurt that I had tested him. "Yes, but not because I didn't trust you. I do these experiments to find extraordinary people who do the right thing even when no one is watching, people who live by the principle that the true wealth is in who you are when nobody's watching." If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the MR Millionaire channel right now. We test character and reward integrity in ways that can change lives forever. What happened next is why I do these experiments. I reached into my desk and pulled out an envelope. "James, your sister's medical treatments are now fully paid for. I've covered all past bills and set up a fund for any future treatments she might need." He stared at me in disbelief, tears forming in his eyes. "Why would you do this?" he whispered. "Because integrity should be rewarded," I replied. "In a world where many people would have taken at least some of that money, you chose honesty even though you had every reason and opportunity to do otherwise." But that wasn't all. I had one more surprise. "I'm also promoting you to Chief Operations Officer for my charitable foundation. Your salary will triple and you'll help me identify others in need, people facing medical crises like your sister. Your job will be to change lives." James was speechless. When he finally found his voice, he said something I'll never forget. "I didn't do the right thing to get a reward. I did it because it's who I want to be." "Exactly," I told him, "and that's exactly why you deserve this opportunity. Don't forget to get your copy of The Secret of the Wealthy, 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, where you'll discover that sometimes the greatest tests in life come disguised as temptations, and passing those tests can open doors you never imagined. Find it through the link in the description. It's been 6 months since that day. James has excelled in his new role, helping allocate millions in charitable funds to families facing medical crises. His sister's health has improved dramatically with access to the best treatments. And, perhaps most importantly, James has helped me design new integrity tests for potential foundation employees, ensuring we build a team of people with character as strong as his. There's a powerful lesson in James's story. When faced with temptation, especially when we think no one is watching, our choices reveal our true character. James could have easily justified taking some money. He could have told himself that I was wealthy enough not to notice, that his need was greater, that it was for his sister's health, not for himself. But true integrity isn't situational. It's not about being honest only when it's convenient or when the stakes are low. It's about doing what's right even when, especially when, it's difficult and the temptation is strong. I've conducted hundreds of social experiments over the years, testing people from all walks of life. Some have failed spectacularly, giving in to temptation the moment opportunity arose. Others have passed but later admitted they were mainly afraid of getting caught. James represents something rare and precious in today's world. Someone whose internal moral compass remains true regardless of external circumstances. Someone who understands that character is built in those private moments when only we know the choices we make. Remember, the true wealth is in who you are when nobody's watching. You might not have someone testing you with a briefcase full of cash, but life tests us in small ways every day. Each choice builds or diminishes our character. If this story inspired you today, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs this message. Together, we can celebrate and encourage integrity in a world that often seems to reward its opposite. Until next time, choose integrity, even when no one is watching. That's the true measure of wealth.